Well, hello there. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope podcast to listen to. Listen to. Ficky. It's the Love Hour with KevOnStage.
I miss KevOnStage.
We're not going to talk about how long it's been since we've been on the podcast. Let's let bygones be bygones. In the midst of that time, Melissa has started a YouTube channel. I've been doing a lot of stand-up, and it's been hard. But we are committed.
You always do that. Just don't. Don't.
We are committed to trying. Before we get started, thank you to all our listeners who are still here. We feel like we're probably going to have to start over with people. But you've asked for it, and we are going to give it back to you. Got to give the people what they want. It's Wednesday night in LA. We've had a long day. We've had work. We've had kids. This is cook dinner, clean the kitchen. I've worked and hurt my back. But here we stand. Ready to go. Before we get started, I want you to know that the Love Hour Live Tour podcast is brought to you by no one yet. But hopefully it will be brought to you by someone soon. But yet and still, we are starting our Love Hour Live Tour, which will begin in February in LA, San Diego, and we'll travel February, March, April, and May all over these United States. So get your tickets now at www.KevOnStage.com.
Are you going to tell them it's 2 events in one night?
It is 2 events in one night. Thank you, wife. 6 p.m. is the Love Hour seminar hosted by Melissa and I. We're talking about love and marriage and couples for those who are married or seriously dating.
Yes.
And after that, it's a comedy show with myself, Tony Baker, and To Hear More. And we are going to give you a night of laughter. So make it a date night. Come to both. Come to the Love Hour. Stay for the comedy show. And have a good night.
I'm calling it a romantic comedy in real life.
I like that. A romantic comedy in real life. We're talking about romance first, then comedy in real life. So again, tickets, www.KevOnStage.com. And now for today's podcast episode. Also, Melissa and I are going to have a little looser podcast. We're going to talk about all types of stuff. One of the reasons that it was so hard for us to record is because we felt like we had to have these really detailed things. And then Melissa was like, why don't we just talk about stuff? And we said, cool. And that's going to allow us to record more often. So hopefully you guys are down with that. Okay, Liz, do you want to introduce the topic?
Is it a topic?
It's a topic.
What's the topic?
People need to shut up.
Oh.
And mind their business.
Okay. So the setup is that Kevin posted, I don't know what you posted. You posted the video. There's a promotional video on your KevOnStage Facebook page for the photo shoot that we did, and it's a promo for the Love Hour live tour. And we received a comment from a person whose name shall remain anonymous for her protection.
You're lucky because I was going to shout it out.
No, don't do that.
Yes.
No. The girl says, this guy is so extra at times, he's doing too much. And then someone responded, who, the comedian? His wife married that personality. I bet she enjoys it. And then she responded, I'm just keeping it 100. It's unrealistic at times. And then there's more comments, and I responded.
Yeah, Liz, you got in the comments.
I did get into the
comments. Do you want to read your response?
Which I normally don't.
You hardly ever get in the comments.
Yeah,
what sparked you to get in there?
Number one, I don't like the idea of I'm just keeping it 100. I just hate when people say that. I feel like whenever constructive criticism is one thing, but when you just want to be mean or nasty under the guise of I'm just keeping it 100, girl, keep it. Like, honestly, that's how I feel.
Keep it 100%, shut it up.
Yeah, just keep your comments to yourself so everything doesn't need to be said. And the other thing that I think got me was the unrealistic part. And I feel like we are a culture that consumes quote unquote reality TV all day long.
Mm-hmm.
That is fake, that is scripted, that degrades women, that degrades Black women, that does not show us in a positive light, that does not represent nuclear families, or just, it doesn't, just anything. It just doesn't represent anything good or positive. and to have put out something that is good, that is positive, that is a positive representation of a black family, and you are hating on it in the name of keeping it 100, keep all of it. All 140 characters. It's unnecessary. And so that's why I commented, which is essentially kind of what my comment says.
Yeah, I tried this whole year and I actually didn't comment on this. And generally, people always come to bat. I say this on my Periscope. Shout out to 95 who's listening. 95% of the people get it.
And they do.
They're your fans. They're your supporters. They get it. And they'll always defend you. Even if they don't agree with you, they'll say, okay, I don't agree with this thing, but I get it. So before I had even seen it, or Melissa had seen it, people had already been coming to our defense.
Yeah, and they did.
And let me set the record straight, okay? First of all, if Melissa and I are having bad days, of which we do have.
Yes. You was getting on my nerves 10 minutes ago.
I was getting on your... I feel like this week...
Probably every day.
It was a good 10 days where I was just...
It ain't been no 10 days, but it's probably been since the weekend.
Since the weekend, I've been on your nerves since the weekend. You got to listen to SZA's album.
I don't know who SZA is.
You're not. You got to expand your R&B. It's a great album.
R&B is a dead genre.
Don't you say that about SZA.
R&B is a dead genre in 2017.
Have you listened?
It's been dead.
What's the last R&B you even listened to?
The 90s, when R&B was an actual genre that was real and existed.
I'm not going to argue with you because you know how I feel about 90s R&B. However, I will say that I liked SZA's album and I like Daniel Caesar's album.
First of all, her name is SZA. That's not even an R&B name.
Well, she liked RZA and Jizza. Her name is Solana.
That's an R&B name.
I know. I was like, you had a great first name.
SZA.
But Solange, just kind of close to Solange.
That's a great R&B name as well.
Solange also had a great album.
SZA sounds like a one-hit wonder.
Don't you say that about her. You're hating on black women trying to make it.
She's black?
Yes.
I don't know who she is.
Well, white girl wouldn't be named SZA. Her
In 2017?
Abby. Anyway, we're off topic. The point I was making was I try to stay out of the comments. 95% of the people get it. For whatever reason, we always see it. And what I was really talking about is I was getting on your nerves. Matter of fact,
Yes.
What's interesting about that photo shoot, I got on your nerves that day.
Yes, you did.
I dropped your dress.
Yes, after I told you to pick it up 3 times. And you had an attitude about it and then did exactly what I did not want you to do.
But in my defense...
Ain't no defense.
To clear my name, you could have took it from me and didn't. And then I dropped it. So you got to go with your gut. I'm gonna treat you like Young Thug. Sometimes you got to help me get right. You got to make me want to do right.
And I'm going to tell you why I didn't take it. Because because you gave me I know, I'm not going to make your dress dirty look. So I let you do it knowing good and well that you weren't going to do right. And then when you did it, I'm looking like, see, that's why I didn't take it. Because every time you be looking at me crazy, like, I could do this. I heard you. I know better than to drop your dress. And then you drug it on the floor and got it dirty on both sides.
I did. I thought it was just dirty on the back. But my point is, I don't think we, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't think we try to portray that everything's right or great in our relationship.
No, this is what I think it is. And I've actually talked about this before. I talked about this just in New York, Melissa's Bookable. And that is the idea of seeing a picture and filling in the story.
Yes.
And I think that's a lot of times the age of social media where comparison and can kind of like take root and grow and fester and manifest, is that you see a picture and you fill in the 1,000 words that it's telling you.
Yes.
And if you don't follow us or, know us or maybe listen to the podcast or whatever, and actually part of my comment was that one of the main things, anytime I go anywhere, I try to make sure that I speak to, as an example, people always say, oh my God, Melissa, your hair is always done. Oh my God, Melissa, you are always fly. Okay, so let's take out always.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I just don't post pictures when my hair's not done. And you're not going to see, if you watch my YouTube channel, shout out to Two Brown Girls, you can see me without makeup. But on Instagram, that's probably just not going to happen. That's just not where I post those type of pictures. But on Instagram, on YouTube, child, it is what it is. So in my real life, no, I'm not always, and I am always quick to respond that I'm not, because I do not want that to be anyone's belief that they take hold of, and they are comparing or feeling, not that everyone does this, but I definitely don't want any woman to feel a certain way about their life in comparison to mine, because I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like yours, and I get up and go to work just like you, and I have coworkers that get on my nerves just like you.
Shout out to the squad.
And I have a husband that works my nerves just like you, and kids that work my nerves just like you, and dishes in the sink that I don't want to wash, and clothes in the dryer that I don't want to fold.
And just like everybody else, before you... Okay, so here's a funny thing. How many pictures did we use for our flyer? 2. How many did we take? 400.
Yes.
Most of which you didn't like. Like, to the point where you... Mind y'all, KevOnStage paid for the photo shoot. Okay? Rented the venue. Paid for the videographer. Only to walk out of there and Melissa say, we need another photo shoot.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say we should be taking another one? I need to get more comfortable doing this?
Oh, I meant in practice.
Right. So what I'm saying is, in my mind, we was going to walk out of the photo shoot and I'm like, cool, this is good for a year.
Well, it could be good for a year. I'll give you 365 days.
Good. But the point is, we all take 5 pictures, delete 4, filter, edit, and post 1.
That's true.
I just posted today on my Instagram, I had a bad day today.
Yeah.
Stressed at work, stressed about this tour, tickets, KevOnStage.com, and my back still hurts from the car accident.
We're not just back to promote, though.
Yeah, we've been doing flawless promotion. You shout out the YouTube channel, your Instagram. But we're also not going to pull up our phone and go on Instagram Live in the middle of an argument.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean we don't argue. And before that picture, we had an argument. I don't really know if it was an argument.
About what picture?
Before the photo shoot.
No, you was just getting on my nerves.
That whole weekend.
I just said that.
We were bumping heads.
All weekend.
But we also had to get the photo shoot. But here's the difference, though. And here's where she's wrong. We didn't fake the funk for that photo shoot.
Right.
Okay? We got into it. Not even into it, but we were getting on each other's nerves.
No.
No, you were getting on my nerves, too.
No, I was not.
Yeah. How are you going to tell me you weren't on my nerves?
Because I don't get on nerves. You just get on mine.
Contrary to popular belief and all your infinite glory, beauty, and wisdom, you do get on my nerves. So know that. That's first, and that's facts.
That's hilarious.
I had to do it. Doughboy saying. So you were getting on my nerves too. I was gritting my teeth too. I know this is hard for you to hear, but you get on my nerves too.
No, you get on mine.
But after that, we was like, okay, let's get this photo shoot on. And then we had the rest of our day was good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We went and got milkshakes, Oreo milkshakes, and terrible cheeseburgers.
It was terrible.
And we came home. Melissa took a nap. I worked on the tour. And then she went to dinner with her sisters. I watched the baby with the baby. I mean, the rest of the day was good. So I don't want you guys to ever, or anyone to ever think. Now, let me also qualify that with this. It's very rare that we are arguing or fussing or at odds, but it does happen. Mm-hmm. So just because we don't, put all our business in the street.
I need to be eating something all extra loud because that's what Charlamagne does on his podcast.
I need you to be still. We are laying in the bed making this podcast, so you guys have to forgive our movement and stuff, but just know that we're doing our best to make sure that we do it. So the point I wanted to make is we have to get out of this relationship goals thing. Okay? This whole goals thing, it's a farce. Social media in general, it's not a reflection of accurate life.
I always say it's a highlight reel. It's
a highlight reel, and it's highly curated content. We are, especially when it's somebody like me who has, close to 1 million fans on Facebook and 200,000 on YouTube, 200,000 on Instagram. I post videos that are dumb that I delete, posts that don't get no engagement. Pictures I'm less carry about because my hairline's gone, ain't coming back. But, it's curated content. It's a reflection of our life, but it's not a reflection of our everyday life. I'm not always going to post a picture of my back being hurt or my coworker who got on my nerves today or my wife who got on my nerves today. I'm not going to do that all the time, but that doesn't mean it's not happening, And I'm going to tell you, funny talking about social media, because for whatever reason, that post got that girl in her feelings about us.
Yes.
She felt some type of way. And of course, we clicked view profile and looked at her post, and she was just really hating on everybody. Beyonce ain't all that great. I don't think 90s R&B is really good. It was all type of just negativity. And it was everything that everybody liked she was going against. So that kind of eased my qualms a little bit, because it's like, okay, this girl just don't like, she loves going against the grain. Everybody likes Kev. I don't like
life.
Everybody like this person, I don't like him. Everybody likes strawberry ice cream, I like chocolate. Everybody likes chocolate, I don't like chocolate no more. Like, she was just that type of person. But now I forgot my train of thought again. I mean, I had a clear point. A clear and present answer. And as soon as I finished that sentence, it was gone. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So, Issa Rae had this wing party in Atlanta over last weekend.
Lemon pepper wing.
Whatever.
Something.
Lemon pepper shindig. I don't remember what the hashtag was. Her and Yvonne, whom I both follow on Instagram, who are very active on Instagram stories, Yvonne Orji, that is, who plays Molly, were posting stories from it. Donald Glover there.
Everybody was
Paperboy there. Janelle Monáe.
I love Janelle Monáe.
I mean, everyone. And I'm in LA. Literally, I text Yvonne, not text her, but however you reply to stories. I guess it's a DM. And I text her and I was like, or responded to her, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to act like I'm not jealous while I sit in LA and fold laundry. Like, I was literally folding laundry while they were dancing and eating wings in Atlanta, right? And the thing is, although I'm certain they were having a good time, we don't know what they did before or after, how they felt 2 or 3 days ago. But at that moment, it looked lit. And I was really, like, legit jealous. So I say all that to say this. Social media can really have an effect on us. Like, make us... I mean, your sister had brought up this report where there's, like, a scientific study on how, like, people watching other people live their lives on social media can have a negative impact on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel like you're not living your life to, the capacity. We're always comparing ourselves. There's a guy I went to college with, and I've watched this dude on Facebook and Instagram. Great guy. Beautiful wife and kids. Josh. And he has
went from... stop telling people's names.
He's a guy. This is the compliment. But he's went from, like, essentially when we graduated college, he started working at AT&T, like a cell phone store. Just like as a salesperson, like, I want an iPhone, here's the thing. He went from that to sales lead, to store manager, to regional manager of stores, to like area retail manager of Portland, and they moved him down, and then like region manager of Seattle, Portland, and in the other state, Idaho. Like, he manages states now.
Portland, Seattle.
Oregon,
Idaho.
Washington, Idaho.
I just want to
Portland's in Oregon.
You can't be out here looking like...
No, I get it.
Don't know.
And I'm not jealous of him. I'm happy for him.
I am too.
But if you work in a cell phone place and you still just the manager, and you see him, you got to be like, because I follow another dude. I'm not going to name him. He been at Verizon this whole time, and he just been working at that store. No promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this dude, Josh, was at the national convention for AT&T, and the CEO was like,
he be working.
Joshua Fields. Like, he was now he's also a DJ on the side. Amazing DJ. Me and him had a show in Tukwila one time. Remember this?
Yeah.
This is when I got that laundry bag that you said I stole from you and you stole from the hotel. So who stole from who? Anyway, he was a great DJ, and lo and behold, this man is running
time out.
regional sales for
mine. I stole it. You stole it from me. So the person.
So you basically
really
are Christopher Columbus, and I'm the people. No, wait.
No.
Let's forget this analogy.
You're you, and you stole it from me.
But the point I bring up is, I could be jealous of him, and you know what? Somebody's probably jealous of me. let's do Kev move to LA, blah, blah, blah. And somebody's probably jealous of you listening here. You know what I mean? You get to do something or go to Disneyland or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, I think the point I wanted to make is, overall, we are not perfect. We are not flawless. I posted a video of Melissa the moment after she did this, when she had just picked ingrown hairs out of my head, because over the summer I got razor bumps like 3 times. Terrible, ugly. Now, did I actually post a picture of the razor bumps? No, because they're gross. And it's not even to like protect my brand. I don't even really think like that. It's just gross and embarrassing. And I'm a person with feelings and I'm insecure about stuff. My hairline tripping. I don't want to post ingrown hairs. But I did make a claim or a statement that this is where I'm at in my life. And I'm thankful that I have a wife who can pick my razor bumps out. Because people just see us in Paris. That's when people are like, oh my God, y'all love it. It's so cute. Y'all went to Paris. Y'all got the Eiffel Tower. Oh. And that was fun. But man, it took us 13 years to get there.
For real.
We had to save for a year to get there. After we went to Paris, I was like, can we eat dollar menu? Everything. Because I was tripping out there. So guys, know this. This is not a perfect marriage. It's a great marriage. I love my wife, but she gets on my nerves.
Hello?
She loves me, but I get on her nerves.
More.
I get on your nerves more than you get on her.
Yes.
I'll even admit to that. But that's love. And the sooner we stop looking at things don't have, this is what happens on Twitter all the time for music. Things don't have to be classic or trash. Every time a new album comes out, everybody wants to say it's either classic or trash. Things can just be in a good album.
Yeah.
It can be an okay. A movie doesn't have to be 10 stars or 1 star. There's some movies that are like, that was a good 7. Or like Fast and the Furious. Like,
wait, but what point are you making?
I'm making the point that we don't have to be she was like basically insinuating that behind closed doors, we're not in love and not real. It doesn't have to be like that. Things don't have to be perfection or terrible. We can have a good marriage that's not without problems or issues.
Got it.
And tense. And there's more stress probably added because of the tour and stuff.
That was a far stretch analogy. But
you think so?
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't make great analogies all the time. I admit that.
You take them too long. Or the Fast and the Furious. Why did you have to go there? Just say it doesn't.
This is a moment where you're getting on my nerves.
This is a moment where your analogy can use some work.
Nerves stepped on. Are there any thoughts you would like to say before we close?
No. Yes. I would like to say that hashtag relationship goals is not real. I would like to say that we are not relationship goals. I would like to say that it should be everyone's intent to be your own relationship goal, and that what works in your marriage may not work in mine, and what works in mine may not work in yours, and that is perfectly okay, because I'm not trying to live your life, and you shouldn't be trying to live mine.
In Jesus' name. I love that. We are not relationship goals.
We ain't.
You got to be your own. One thing you said early in our marriage, and it stuck. I used to always do pastor does this, and his wife likes that, and this deacon does this, and his wife, and you used to say,
I ain't married to them.
I ain't married to them is what you used to say. I didn't marry them. I married you. And that's what it is. So we appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you. This is the one podcast. We just going to try to make one more. That's we're going to promote and do our stuff. And we hope to see you in real life. Buy your ticket now. If the venue in your city has not been announced, the tickets are only $15.
As low as $15.
As low as $15 for the Love Hour and the comedy show. That's $30 total. Per person. When I find the venue, the ticket prices go up to $25 per person.
When you announce the venue.
When I announce the venue. And the first 7-8 dates, venues are already locked. So the other cities, if you're certain you want to go, buy the ticket now. Just buy it right now.
Make sure that if you intend to go to both, that you buy a combination ticket, which is located under the Love Hour option.
Once the venue's been announced.
As
a save the date price, you have to buy them individually.
Separately. That's right.
So, and we're going to mention this every single time we do this podcast. And y'all pray our strength in the Lord that the next time we do a podcast, we can say it's brought to you by this ad company. But until then, it ain't. So until next time, I'm KevOnStage.
It's KevOnStage.
We love you, and we'll see you at the appointed time.